In our last session, we read a letter from a woman who complained that another woman, Sandra, in her Real Love group, always arrived late and then took up all the meeting time. I explained that Sandra was just empty and afraid, drowning, and in that condition, she couldn't be anything but selfish. I also asked the writer of the letter to consider the real reason that this situation bothers her. Now, back to the writer of the letter. This lady bothers you for several reasons. First, she's inconvenient. When she comes in late, she physically disrupts the meeting. Second, you go to these meetings to get loved. And with her behavior, Sandra makes it clear that she has no ability to love anybody. In fact, she gives every indication of being selfish and quite capable of being inconsiderate and actually hurting you. That frightens you. Third, she is a Grand Canyon of neediness. This woman is drowning big time and really needs help, a lot of help. And she makes it clear that she wants it right now. She doesn't just ask for help, she demands it. She takes up time in the meeting without wondering whether other people have anything to say. All this would bother you only if you didn't have enough real love in your own life. Now, this is not an accusation of you. It's just the way it is. If you were full enough of real love, you would not need her to love you, and you'd easily see her need to feel loved. So, what can you do with her? The first step is to tell the truth about your own fears and getting and protecting behaviors, and thereby create opportunities to feel the unconditional love of those around you. The more loved you feel, the more compassion you'll feel towards Sandra. In the meantime, don't tell her that you don't like her being late. She would not be able to hear you anyway. She's far too empty and afraid to be able to hear anything about changing her behavior. In addition, I strongly recommend to people that they don't impose rules on real love groups. We impose rules to protect ourselves. And as soon as we do that, two things happen. First, we separate ourselves from each other. When I protect myself from you, it immediately puts up a barrier between us. Second, we communicate to people that who they are with their mistakes and flaws, and in this case, lateness, is unacceptable. With our rules, we tell people that their flaws are not all right. Do we really want to tell people that, especially in a real love group? Certainly, society needs rules, speed limits, laws against stealing, and the like. But on the whole, we don't need rules in groups. But now, let's address your concerns. First, when she comes in late, she does cause some physical disruption. But come on, you can learn to ignore that. I do it all the time when people come in late. Simply don't pay any attention to her. None. People can disrupt a meeting only when we pay attention to them. Second, she comes in expecting to receive and doesn't give anything. Well, so what? If she didn't come at all, she wouldn't be giving you anything anyway, would she? Just make a decision that you will not expect her to love you. If you can lose that expectation, you won't be irritated when she gives you nothing. Third, she takes up a lot of time. That's really your fault. In the book, Real Love for Wise Men and Women, there's considerable discussion about how to handle that. Instead of letting people go on and on with their problems, real listening involves distilling their long stories into what all the details really mean. What she's really trying to tell you is that she's empty and afraid. She's trying to tell you that people don't care about her. You need to interrupt those long stories fairly soon and help her see her real condition, and then simply accept and love her. Then, gradually, you'll help her see how she is being unloving and selfish with the people around her, and how she is using getting and protecting behaviors. When she can tell the truth about herself, then she'll be able to feel your unconditional acceptance of her. and that will begin to make quite a difference with her. She'll finally be able to respond to the people around her with love instead of defending herself, and that's huge. Sandra is a great opportunity for you to learn to love someone while they're difficult to love. That is real love. And as you practice giving it, you'll grow in ways you never imagined. You'll find that it's not about rules or even communicating your preferences. It's always about real love.